All right, Aries, welcome to your weekly Sidereal Astrology forecast. This is for December 25th through the 31st of 2017, and this video is for Sidereal Astrology. If you are new to the channel, be sure to check out that link down below. We're using the actual size of the constellations, which does change the signs from mainstream astrology. All right, so this week, Aries, we have on Monday, Venus going over Saturn. So there is maybe this whole new serious connotation in terms of relationships and building upon them. For you, this could have to do with building upon your more spirited side of life. You have a lot of planets in your ninth house, which is about opening your horizons, tapping into that adventurous spirit. So maybe starting to take some more things seriously in this area and establish that along with your relationships and values. When we get to Wednesday, Thursday, your ruler is in very good aspect, trending up to Neptune. Can be very receptive this week. And once we get into Friday, Saturday, Mars, your ruler, going into Libra. So the shift, I think, very much onto relationships here this week. We're now for about the next month, you'll be putting more energy and action into this area. All right, so let's look at all of this here in more detail when we return. All right, Aries, so here's your chart for the week. Here's where most of the planets are for you up here in the ninth house. This is, again, that adventurous spirit for life. Really good for things like philosophy, adventure, travel. For some of you, maybe starting some new beginnings there. Maybe, maybe a little bit later as we have the next new moon in Sag. But still, great to be expanding your horizons. Really good to be focused on the importance of manifestation, of having open horizons when it comes to beliefs and possibilities, and just essentially accessing that spirit, which leads to more expansion of your mind, of that open-mindedness, and then also of your literal horizons as well. So, so that coupled with Mars, I think, does make this a very nice week, actually. Coming into it, we do have Venus going over Saturn. So here on Monday, maybe just starting to take seriously some relationship stuff, or maybe some financial stuff, actually. And so it'll be a new chapter for the year of establishing these things for the long term. So committed approach, a responsible approach. And because Saturn has been recently entering your ninth house, this could also have to do with what you value about travel, adventure, higher learning, higher wisdom, maybe starting to take that stuff seriously at this time as well. So that's the early part of the week. Then once we get into about midweek, your ruler trining Neptune, very easygoing energy, very receptive for your sign, compassionate, giving. It's a lot of the shift of more of the softer side of yourself, I guess you could say. And just more of a willingness to go with the flow, take it easy. And maybe there's just more rest, more tranquility, and just more receptivity to whatever it is you're pursuing. So a lot of this is going to be shifting into relationships. Once we get to about Friday, Saturday, Mars is going to enter your seventh house. So for about the next month, you're likely going to be feeling more motivated here in this area, maybe more direct with your relationships, and just pursuing the area. And you'll likely notice there's more of an emphasis on these, things in your life pertaining to relationships, where you can have reciprocity, equality, mutuality, and just connectivity in general. So themes with that, action towards that, and yeah, and just generally that area is starting to move forward in a more bigger picture sense for you in this cycle with your ruler. All right, so that is the week in a nutshell. I do also want to mention that Mercury is gaining his momentum this week. In fact, by later part of the week, he will be in quite fast speed. And so a lot of this is in regards to moving some things forward involving vulnerability, depth, intimacy that maybe you've reflected on the past 3 weeks during the retrograde that now this week you can be implementing as well. Depth, intimacy, openness, and maybe even shared resources moving forward. All right, Aries, so have a fantastic week. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all in the next forecast.